minimum viable product, or MVP. Now, we've all heard this term being used lately, but a lot of us seem to misunderstand what it really means. Allow me to illustrate. Say you invent a super delicious food concept. You're convinced that the world will love it. Your friends and family certainly did. So you decide to start a business. Your vision: to bring delight to the mouths of the entire world. But you don't want to get ahead of yourself. So you decide that you'll start with an MVP, which in your case will be a small restaurant in one city. So you scope out a good location downtown, sign a 1-year lease, and now all you have to do is wait for the people to show up. Only problem is, they don't. People simply don't like what you're selling. And now suddenly, you're stuck with a 1-year lease and no revenue. You suffer the losses. But hey, at least you stuck to the MVP, right? Actually, this is where people get it wrong. To carry out an MVP, you have to first ask yourself, what is the value that you are offering? In our example, the value isn't the restaurant, it's the food concept. And your MVP should set out to validate if this concept is something people really care about. So, did you really need an entire restaurant to test your food concept? Perhaps you could have opened up a food stall at a nearby event. Maybe then you would have learned that it wasn't really your dish that people loved, but the spices you used in the dish. This would allow you to iterate and instead sell your spices. And you don't even need a restaurant for that. An MVP isn't about simply releasing a reduced version of your final product. It's about learning and validating with the least amount of effort and resources. Let's take a look at a couple of examples. Dropbox. Before even having a working product, they released a 3-minute explainer video that simply showed the value they wanted to offer. The people who watched it loved what they were seeing. And Dropbox's waiting list jumped to 75,000 customers overnight. Then we have the founder of Zappos, who had envisioned a world where people shop for their shoes on the internet. To validate his thesis, he asked the owners of local shoe shops if he could take photographs of their shoes. He then posted these pictures on his website along with their prices. It was only if and when the orders came in that he'd go to the store, purchase the shoes, and ship them to his customers. This MVP was certainly not scalable, but it did its job to validate that the value he sought to deliver was something people wanted. The goal of an MVP is validated learning. You need to prove that the customer wants what your vision will offer. The process of your vision is often irrelevant. I mean, do you really care about how the diodes, cathodes, or liquid crystals that make up your computer screen work? No. You just care that it offers you that crisp display, and you're willing to pay for it.
Hey guys, this animation was brought to you by Skip MBA. If you haven't already checked out our last video on growth hacking, go ahead and hit the link to the left of your screen. If you like what we're doing and want to see more on this space, show us some support by subscribing to our channel. And hey, don't forget to leave us some feedback. Ciao!